Am I the asshole for how I declined my cousin's wedding invite? I, 27F, am a PhD student who works 2 assistantships plus a part-time job for a total of 45 hours per week. I grew up on the East Coast and have a cousin, F27, who grew up on the West Coast. We didn't get to see each other much growing up due to the distance, but the few times we did go out to visit her and her family, she was always inundated with swim meets and friend parties. While my family and I would go do fun stuff in the city, she'd always take off for those things instead of joining us, which really disappointed me as a child because I wanted to spend the little time we had together. A few years ago, cousin moved across the country for nursing school in the same state my dad and stepmom live, only an 8-hour drive from me, but still a few states away. Stepmom always has this habit of picking on me and comparing me to this cousin. Stepmom's a narcissist, according to my therapist. The one time we were all together for a family holiday, stepmom ridiculed me in front of everyone, and cousin defended her instead of standing up for me. That was the big indicator that cousin and I don't really have that true of a relationship, even though she always acts excited when we initially see each other. 4 months ago, cousin out of the blue asks me for my email, I give it to her, and then I receive an invite to her wedding, which will be held right by where my dad and stepmom live. I didn't even know she was engaged. She never texts me, nor tries to ever initiate any communication until now, of course. I initially didn't respond to the RSVP, but last week cousin followed up to ask me if I'd be coming. Here's how I replied. Ikusin. I hope your day is all you want it to be. My plate is already full between work, dissertating, and mentoring/teaching involvement within my field. I will not be able to attend. Best wishes. Op. Dad texted me yesterday in shock that I won't be coming, despite everyone else going, and even said to next time be more polite when declining an invitation. I asked what he meant, and he said cousin was kind of hurt and put off by how I responded, especially after she had to reach out to me a second time. I don't feel I did anything that bad, but does my response really make me an AH? Light, you are the asshole. When sending regrets, never include a list of things you think are more important than the person you're responding to. Simply decline and wish them luck or happiness, even if your more important thing is washing your hair. You are the asshole for not just RSVPing no when you got the invite and making her follow up. They just need a head count, not your explanation/swim meet revenge. You are the asshole for how you declined. That was in poor taste. The polite way to decline an invite to a wedding is to wish them well, thank them for inviting you, and regretfully decline. Not tell them what you are doing instead. This isn't the same as missing dinner for a swim meet. If your therapist is diagnosing people who are not their patient, you should get a new therapist. You are the asshole. Honestly, that was a really rude and patronizing way to decline. And it's weird that you brought up your cousin having swim meets when you were kids as a reason to decline. You are the asshole for not responding to the original invite and making the bride text you. I'm assuming you missed the RSVP deadline, which was clearly on the invite. Perhaps you're not aware, but you must always respond to a wedding invite, even if it's just to decline. Am I the asshole for bringing in my own microwave to work? Hello everyone. Am I the asshole for bringing in a personal microwave for work? I work as a shuttle driver, and a driver says in an inconsiderate $8 hole because I put a lock on my microwave. He says he understands a personal fridge, but a microwave should be for everyone. We have 20 drivers in the break room having lunch at the same time. They broke the new one in a day, and we're not allowed to use the one in the dispatch office anymore, and won't get us a new one until it breaks. So right now there's only one microwave for all the drivers, so I brought in my own. Before bringing my own, I asked a bunch of people if they're willing to split a microwave, and they said no, because they don't want to spend the money for a second microwave. So I brought my own this way. I don't have to worry about not being able to finish eating before going out, and I put a lock on it, because why do I want it to break in a day, and nobody was willing to help shell out the money. So am I the asshole? If it's in a public use space and locked, it's taking up space. If it's in a private use space, then they can kick rocks. I work in sales, and all of my fellow salespeople have a drawer for their personal items. I kept gum, Splenda, straws, Motrin. Etc. It was all fine except for one coworker who gradually borrowed all of my Motrin, helped herself to the last stick of gum. I moved it all to my purse, and my purse into my desk. Problem solved. Not the asshole. They had the opportunity to pitch in and decided not to. Their loss. Not the asshole. They clearly have no respect for anything, because they broke it in one day. And that's why they don't want to chip in for a new one. They know they'll trash it, and they don't want to be financially responsible for it, even when it's only $10. I might even go to Walmart and get a Coleman stove or portable gas barbecue. Make yourself some burgers or something while they're all eating sandwiches and other cold food. Not the asshole, it's your personal property. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for sitting on the other side of the coffee shop during my sister's first date? I, 29M, have a 14-year-old sister whom we'll call Abigail for the sake of this post. Abigail has her first ever boyfriend, so of course she went on her very first date recently. She asked me if I could drive them to the coffee shop, and I said yes. I drove them there, and then went and sat on the other side of the place. Didn't talk to them once, except for when I had to pay for their drinks/snacks. As soon as the boyfriend was out of the car after we dropped him off, Abigail started getting upset with me. Apparently I embarrassed her in front of this guy by sticking around, and apparently she's not a baby and doesn't need a big brother to protect her. I am now getting the silent treatment from Abigail. Am I the asshole for sitting on the other side of the coffee shop during my sister's first date? No assholes here. It's possible she's upset from other things as well. Maybe the date didn't go as well as she planned. Maybe she got stressed out when she had to ask you to pay. Maybe this is just the nerves finally coming out. I know that if I'm stressing a lot about something and it didn't go absolutely perfectly, and as I imagined it, I tend to be really snappy. Give it some time, let her be alone, she'll come around. You are the asshole. Would you have wanted your mom present on your first date, assuming you even had one? Grow up. You are the asshole for not going back to the car, changing your shirt, putting on a pair of big, dark sunglasses and a hat, then ordering in a foreign accent. What the hell is wrong with you? First, not the asshole. Your sister is embarrassed that you stayed for her date, but not embarrassed that her older brother had to pay for said date. I'm sorry, I think I would have been more embarrassed that a guy asked me out, but needed my brother to pay for both of us, unless she asked him out, which there is nothing wrong with. Maybe that's what she's embarrassed about, the fact that she had no money to pay for her own date. I'm trying to make sense of the problem. I wish I had an older brother who not only put aside time to make sure I had a ride, but also gave me money to pay. Unless the date was at a restaurant that only had 5 tables, and you were sitting right there next to them, I really don't see the issue. I think you should have talked with her and maybe hung around the area, but not that exact coffee shop. I'm the youngest of 8. It was hell when I started dating. No assholes here, but she's perfectly safe at a coffee shop. Apologize for embarrassing her, and next time find somewhere else to wait for her. Giving her some cash so she can pay herself will also make her feel more independent. Am I the asshole? I asked my sister to order her food herself and got flipped off in public. I, 19M, was out with my sister, 20F, her friend and her friend's brother at food chain thing, and everything was chill from my perspective. My sister wanted to get French fries, but she insisted that I go get it for her. She often makes me do her work, or even if she can do it herself, just doesn't want to, and I've often seen her get frustrated if I sometimes refuse. I made a joke about letting her be an independent woman and told her to get it herself. I only came 'cause she can't drive, and she wanted to meet her friend, so I didn't feel obligated to go and order for her. Within a few seconds the entire mood of the table had gone dull, and her friend and the brother were looking at me like I was crazy. I told my sister that if she wants to eat then she should go get it. I suggested her friend they should go and have a look around. I even offered to pay, but she just middle-fingered me in front of everyone. After that, the next 15 minutes were filled with silence. I tried to converse, but got no replies. The plan was to chill till 12 a.m., but we left after she got a pastry. She said, "It's my fault that I forced everyone to get together," and we went home. What should I do? Not the asshole. How old is your sister? 12. Only a child acts like that. Even my 12-year-old is better than that. You're not her slave. Tell her to grow up. Info. Did your sister get the experience of walking/Ubering home after that? Because if I was in your shoes, she sure would have. You should stop driving her places. That's what you should do. Not the asshole. Oh. Why drive her around if she is this entitled? Say no. Next time she asks for a favor, say no. No is a complete sentence, and your spoiled sister needs to learn the concept. So start training her by always saying no until she can stop throwing a tantrum when you do. Tell her up front you will not be doing anything for her until she can stop acting like a little kid with no manners. She needs to grow up. Not the asshole. Time to stop being her taxi service.